This is the Inokim Quick 4 Super. Inokim promises a balance of portability, power, and range with their ultra-premium commuter, the Quick 4 Super, but did they miss something important? This is Chuck with Electric Scooter Guide, the leading source for electric scooter reviews. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel so that we can keep making videos like this one. Innovating on the award-winning design of its predecessors, the Quick 4 Super represents the next generation of scooters, promising a durable, high-quality appeal. In the era where every electric scooter needs a standout feature, the Inokim Quick 4 Super aims to be the best commuter with a balance of power, range, and portability. Pioneered by Nimrod Sapir, the world's foremost electric scooter designer, the Quick 4 loads next-generation features such as auto-sensing lights and a high-tech display into a portable package. And for those reasons, the world has been anxiously awaiting its arrival. We're comparing the Inokim Quick 4 Super against three standout scooters in the performance commuter category. The Quick 4 has the potential to be crowned as the best all-around commuter scooter, which is a big deal. For me, personally, I expect over 22 miles per hour for top speed, 20 miles for range, and enough power to get me up to speed quickly, whether from a stoplight or climbing a hill. It should also have a comfortable ride and be easy to lift. Really, only one other premium single motor scooter fits the bill, and that's the Cabo Mantis 8. There are a lot of things that the Inokim gets right, especially in the cockpit, but there are a couple of things that it misses. The Inokim Quick 4 Super is a performance commuter with a premium price, at the higher end for scooters in this class.
What did you think of the ride quality of the Inokim Quick 4 Super?
I think that the ride quality was overall amazing. 90+% of this thing was maybe the best I've ever seen fit into such a small package. However, there were two elements of ride quality that I absolutely did not like. What about you?
I agree. This scooter feels as smooth as silk. I think it feels very special, and it's just a great scooter to ride with a couple flaws. So let's start with the good. It's got smooth, well-damped suspension. It's got a spring up front, and it's got a rubber suspension in the back, and which is right here. These little wedges.
So that's rubber. Rubber in
and
there.
The thing I like about the rubber suspension is that it gives you spring and it gives you damping. And if I jump this thing off of a speed bump and land on the rear wheel, it feels awesome. If I land on the front, it feels a little springy, but overall, I love the suspension. What did you like about the scooter?
I super appreciated the whole cockpit area. From the time I put my hands on those handlebars, they feel so good. They don't rotate. They just feel so high quality. The thumb throttle is best in class as far as I'm concerned. It's the most comfortable. The brake levers, amazing. They've got the little rubbery grip on the back of it. And then the display is definitely the best I've ever seen on an electric scooter, period. It's like having your own cell phone mounted on there, and it gives you all this information, but it's very cool to have.
And in fact, the overall brake feel itself was another standout for me. They are drum brakes, which I think was a brave choice on the part of Inokim, and they are everything that drum brakes can be. They just feel good, they're smooth, they're quiet, not quite as much bite as a disc brake in the front, but just...
You get so much feel,
really,
right?
Yeah, and just really a high point of the scooter all the way around.
And you know, I did notice a little bit of wobble in the handlebars, but just not enough that it actually bothered me at all. So I don't consider that like a big con.
But something I did notice quite a bit was, I mean, the deck is very small.
Yeah, and so that's one of my cons.
Yeah,
for sure.
And to me, it reminded me, like, you know, when you get a pair of shoes, it's like maybe a quarter size too small, and you're like, does this pair of shoes fit, or is it too small and it's gonna hurt me about a half hour from now? When I was riding it, I actually kind of like the tight feel, but I did notice every single ride, at some point, my feet would bump into the limits of the deck.
I found myself really wanting to put my heel up on this and use this as a tail fin, which I don't think it's really proper to do that. So I just try to fit my feet, you know, close together, but they basically almost had to make like a T shape. I didn't get any of the like separation like you get on the Mantis 8, the eMove Cruiser, the Inokim Aux. Basically, I think we measured this, and it's one of the smallest decks that we've ever measured on any scooter, period. I personally have a nice wide stance just for comfort and for, of course, the ride quality, and it didn't have that for me. The other thing that I did notice while I was riding it was there was some stem wobble, and we were able to mitigate some of that. I think you did some adjusting on it, but it's still there to the point where I'm getting some oscillation over bumps in the road, especially when I'm going probably upwards of 20 miles per hour.
Yeah, I really noticed that too, and it's still not clear to me whether it comes from sort of this part of the stem, sort of the latch moving, or if it's generally just sort of an instability that happens in the front end. But I felt it too, above 20 miles per hour, especially going downhill, if you hit bumps, it just felt a little wiggly and like less stable than other scooters.
And an otherwise excellent ride, because I agree with you on the suspension. I love the tires. The carving was amazing. I think you were mentioning because of the shortness of the wheelbase.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like riding a snowboard through powder the way this thing carves. It's like no other scooter. When you lead it with your feet, it just really works.
The Quick 4 has similar range to most of the comparison scooters, with half the exhaustive range of the Cruiser. It's at the lower end for tested top speed when compared to most performance scooters, but keeps up with urban traffic. In our 0 to 15 acceleration tests, the Quick 4 lands smack dab in the middle. When going uphill, it continues to accelerate the entire way, reaching 11 miles per hour at the 200-foot mark. With dual drum brakes, the Quick 4 has solid braking, even with a slightly longer braking distance. The Quick 4 is well matched against others in the performance commuter class, but its stellar-looking build and features are what really sets this scooter apart. Paul, what do you think about the build quality on the Inokim Quick 4?
I think the build quality was beyond nice. I mean, just truly special, like Ferrari special. Something a lot of people don't know about Ferraris is they're not all fast. In fact, many of them are just not fast, but one thing they all are is special, and this has a special feel.
Yeah, I agree. When you put your hands on it, it just feels different. It feels solid. I love some of these design elements, like the stem. Basically, almost every other scooter that has a telescoping stem, those handlebars will get a skew of the front wheel. The design of this is special in that it does handle that really well. I mean, except for that one minor issue of the stem wobble, everything else on this scooter feels so solid. So Inokim is known for kind of best in industry build quality, and in this scooter, it, I think, nailed what Inokim is known for, which is top-notch build quality.
And so you're mentioning the stem. I love the look and feel of the stem. One thing I noticed, and I know it happened to Ramier as well, is I had it snug down pretty well, and during one of my rides, the stem just suddenly sort of collapsed. I checked it, and I opened it up, and it was about as snug as a stem would normally be, but I went ahead and tightened it down some more and clamped it back down, and then it didn't happen again. And so it's not something I'm really concerned about, but people should know that they have to tighten it about as tight as they can get it.
Besides that, this scooter, I kind of feel like those are all the issues that I'm gonna have, even if I ride it hundreds of miles.
It's a scooter that feels good to be seen on. I hate to admit it, but I'm a sucker for aesthetics, and that really pulls me in on this one.
Now, let's talk about how the build lends itself to portability. The Quick 4 Super is called quick, not for its speed on the road, but for how quick it is to fold, and it is super quick. With a telescoping stem, folding handlebars, and handholds for carrying, the Quick 4 is built for portability. Carrying unfolded, the Quick 4 is the most comfortable to lift by far. So while we're actually trying to compare all four of these scooters in this video, I wanted to show how when you're actually going to pick up the scooter, they're not all equal. So when I'm picking up the eMove Cruiser, you actually have to get down really low because your right hand has to get under here. There's nothing to grab onto. It's an angled kind of smooth surface. So I gotta get my hand all the way under there. So now I can pick it up. 56 pounds, I can get it, but this is a hefty beast. The next scooter is the Inokim Ox. Now for this one, it's actually a little bit easier to pick up. I can pick it up here and a little easier to pick up just because it doesn't slip in my right hand. So next up here, we have the Mantis 8. And as you can see, it is lighter than the other two scooters I just shown at 50 pounds, but it also has a nice little grip for your hand on the back. And I can pick up the scooter like this. And finally, with the Inokim Quick 4, it is actually the easiest of all these scooters to lift. You have a nice little handle on the back here. You can pick it up right here, but also check this out. You got a nice little hole here. And now you can lift it up easily. It's 47 pounds, which is the lightest of all 4 scooters. So for me, only the Inokim Quick 4 and the Mantis 8 are really considered as daily commuters for myself because I can actually lift them upstairs easily. Back to you, Chuck. This is the ESG trunk test. As you can see, you can't put the scooter in most trunks just straight up and down. You do need to lay it on its side. The scooter has all the safety features I'm looking for. Large, dual pneumatic tires, dual mechanical brakes, front and rear auto sensing lights, and an integrated bell. Additionally, it has a new safety feature I'm calling an auto park, which caught us off guard. It is auto enabled when you first turn on the scooter or are idle for 30 seconds and ensures you cannot accidentally throttle the Quick 4 when it's powered on. You can exit park mode and start riding by one of 3 ways: tapping the plus or minus buttons, pulling on either brake lever, or double tapping the thumb throttle. Finally, it has a stem fold safety lock, which prevents the stem from folding if you step on the release mechanism during a ride. That's our take on the Quick 4 safety features, but let's hear what the rest of the team thinks.
The Inokim Quick 4 Super is a gorgeous scooter, but you're definitely getting curb appeal over record-breaking performance. Its looks and the thumb throttle are my favorite parts about it. The acceleration and braking feel smooth, but there are a few reasons why it's not the scooter for me. The suspension is tuned too tight to provide much damping for my weight, and the angled stem paired with the short, wide deck means I'm riding pretty close to the display. I appreciate that the Quick 4 has lights, but expected a high-mounted super bright headlight and some swag lighting. The lights turn on automatically, which is hella cool. If you have auto-sensing technology for the lights, you might as well add more for it to control. I tend to be rough with things and would be worried about messing up the display on the Quick 4 more than on other scooters, as it doesn't look as easy to replace as a plug-and-play display. I'll probably stick with the Mantis 8 and Inokim Lite too. Now let's see what the alpha big dog Ramier thinks.
Hey everybody, Ramier here with Electric Scooter Guide, and I'm here to talk about the Inokim Quick 4. And I should start off by saying on Fluid's website, they say max rider weight is 220 pounds, so it's not made for big dogs. Even though it's not rated for a big dog like myself, I rode it anyway. I thought I'd give my take. I thought it was a good ride. My only con to the scooter is the deck size. The deck is quite small. If you guys look at this, my foot on here already, and then trying to fit 2 feet on here, is not the best. And the stem is somewhat short. Being a taller guy, I'm gonna kind of ride like that, looking kind of funny. That's how I got the lean over when I was leaning, because I had to kind of somewhat lean a little bit. I have a taller frame, 6'3". I think anybody over 6 feet might struggle with this. But other than that, it's still a good ride. To find out if it's big dog approved or not, click the ESG website.
Is the Inokim Quick 4 Super the best all-around commuter? For me, I think it actually is. It's not perfect. I do wish the steering was a little less lively above 20 miles per hour, but it takes highest marks on my personal commuter scorecard. It sustains 20 miles per hour up small hills, has enough range to cross San Francisco 3 times on a single charge. It's got 2 carrying handles, which make it easy to pick up and carry around, super smooth ride, and corners like a snowboard. Fully folding handlebars and a short deck means it takes up the least amount of space at work and looks the business next to your desk. But for me, what really sets this scooter apart is that it is absolutely gorgeous and just feels very special. And that's my perspective on the Inokim Quick 4 Super.
Overall pros include ultra premium design, best-in-class display, satisfying acceleration, solid suspension and brake feel. Overall cons include shortest deck that we've tested, slight stem wobble, and low stability at 20 plus miles per hour. So is this the best all-around commuter? By Inokim's definition, I think it is. It has really good portability features, totally adequate range, and enough power to move smoothly through commute traffic. However, it missed the mark when it came to ride quality at high speed, something essential for me. If it had better high-speed stability and a longer deck, it would surely be my top choice for best all-around commuter. However, it does land squarely in my top 3. What's your favorite all-around commuter? Let us know in the comments. If you want a more in-depth account of the Quick 4, join us on the ESG live show number 65 for the deep dive. Thanks for watching, ride safe, and don't forget to wear your helmet. If you want to see Trina's favorite scooter, the Cabo Mantis 8, check out this video below. And if you want to see us spray the eMove Cruiser with water, check out this other video below.